Now it's time to do another hidden gem, or aka another independent project that you never heard of. And today we're gonna talk about Please 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 I Do Not Want to Be a Magic Girl genre. And that itself is sort of interesting because the whole pitch of this pilot or this cartoon is basically, what if a magical girl doesn't want to be a magical girl? And not because it's sort of, oh, she seems cringe, is that she's completely burned out. She basically runs away for the job because she want to be normal. And that's sort of the whole pitch of it. It's very nihilistic comedy, but it works because they follow one specific thing. It's understood what is nihilistic comedy, because usually when someone creates a comedy nihilistic, they forget why nihilistic is very funny. Some people just forget why. Even people who love it forget why it works so well. It's very positive. Sounds ironic or weird, but it's true, because when you're nihilistic, you see the world pretty horrific. Everything you just say, very kind of asshole way to approach it. But at the very end, you do see the positive, or someone help you see the positive, and you go back to normal, be a more better person. And that's sort of the comedy when you use nihilistic comedy. And believe me, I've seen a lot of different works. They misunderstood the kind of nihilistic type of comedy. The one who actually worked super well is basically Guardians in the Galaxy. It's very nice nihilistic comedy, but it has a positive twist. You understand why some of the characters are nihilistic, why they should do the right thing to do. And that's why it works so well. In fact, Please 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 I Don't Want to Be a Magical Girl works so well, but at the same time reminds me sort of the old anime back in the 80s or 70s. It feels something from that specific time period, but more modern animation, because back in the 80s and 70s, that type of idea is sort of like an OVA VH tape you sell in the store, because usually they have a bunch of ideas like this, or at least something close to it, or completely different. In fact, I seen one Metro Girl a long time ago from the 90s, or I think it's the 80s. They made like an OVA 3 episode. It deals with something very similar, but a completely different approach. That one, if I don't remember the name or remember what it was, is basically a girl who just really wanted to become a magic girl because she wants to be a cosplayer, and she doesn't realize, oh, you actually become the original magical girl, but she doesn't want to do it. And that's sort of the writing gag. She become an actress, a singer, all shimbam. It's all in 3 episodes, but it reminds me of that anime specifically. Unfortunately, I don't remember the name. Hopefully someone can tell me the name of that specific OVA anime. I just don't remember. But besides that, how do I feel about this indie project? Before I do, my name is Rachel. I like to talk about animation, not just animation, reviews, first impressions, cartoon theories, and sometimes, if I have some spare time, cartoon breaking news. Of course, you like how it's going, like to help my channel, put a like, comment, and subscribe. That's the only thing you need to do. If not, that's fine. If you do, thank you, because of you, I'm getting close to my main goal of 2,000 subscribers. And yes, I'm getting close every single day because of people like you. People who like, comment, and share. Thank you. Now let's get started of this indie hidden gem called Please 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 I Do Not Want to Be a Magical Girl. Now let's get started. Now, if you want to find the channel, you find the channel on YouTube, specifically the name of Came Out in Mind. That's sort of the creator's name, and you easily find her on her own channel. Now, what is basically the whole story of this anime project? Basically, you follow a magical girl character called Aiko, who basically runs away for her magical duties and trying to be normal. In fact, she's so enthusiastic, freaking out. This is her first time going to like a normal school, in other words, that she kind of acts sort of awkward. In fact, the best way to describe her is how the creator described her. She is very talented, so talented that she gets basically burned out whatever she does. Even that, interesting enough, she's the type of girl, she's talented to do magic girl sort of duties, but she doesn't care about it. She was raised, born and breathed magical girl duties, but because of this, she feels completely bored. She feels completely useless because nothing really entertains her. She just burned out. That's why she runs away to this school to basically have her own normal life. In fact, she attempted to do her own work or her own social skills. But the only problem is, you can tell she is very skilled of almost everything. It's almost like, I want to say she is sort of a Mary Sue, but done the right way, because she is completely talented. Because when she sits down and take a test that she did not study, she aced it without even trying. In fact, she was sort of freaking out the first time you took the test, looking to everybody. Everybody was just struggling. They just didn't understand the test. And she, without any difficulty, finished. She was excited, enthusiastic, like, oh my god, I actually did it. And the only problem is, her troubles follow her because her arch rival or enemy find her, called Eclipse, that he actually found her and he wants to fight her. But our main lead, Aiko, has no interest of anything. She actually trying to understand at the very beginning, like, what's going on? Why's the house or the school building sort of destroyed? Oh, this is sort of a test alarm kind of thing you guys do, right? And she started trying not to truly think about it till she realized Eclipse is here, and she's like, "Oh my god, no, not him!" And she tried to maybe walk away or try to just go away, please, but almost like a comedic effect. Even Eclipse trying to be very evil, flamboyant. He trying to be sort of that generic Tuxedo Max, but evil version of him. But he's assuming he is sort of the love interest, and Aiko like, no, 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 don't make me laugh, sweetie. Don't make me laugh. And I love that. I love that sort of kind of dark kind of humor. Now you have another character called Zero, who is completely opposite on the main lead, because Zero is sort of very important, because Zero is the one who wants to be a magical girl but hates reality, hates going to school. When she find out his only friend actually is a magical girl, she is completely intrigued. But Aiko, not really. She's sort of done with this sort of act, but you could see the influence of both characters. One's want to be a macho girl, the other doesn't. One wants to be normal, but the other doesn't. You could see how these sort of stories go if they have a second episode, because they will influence the other one to be more than stop being sort of running away or ignoring their problems. Because Aiko, things start to basically change, at least a little bit. You see they're in the respective of the both points. But there is another character that I think is pretty funny. That will be Hoshi, that she is sort of the sort of mascot of the magical girl genre running gag. Like, she's not the mascot, she's sort of basically her kind of coach for our main lead. She's the one who basically get things done to motivate our main lead becoming the magical girl we know she actually could be. But the only problem is, our main lead, she doesn't care anymore. She is completely burned out. In fact, she's more excited doing homework, actually doing battles with other magical beings. That's how much she burns out. She just want a different change. And that's basically the whole characters. You also have the main villain called Divine, that she only appears at the end of the whole episode, just a few seconds, just a sort of conversation of one of her henchmen telling her, oh, look, I find the magical girl, we must take her down. But besides that, that's all we know about her. But I have to admit, of all the magical girls, I've seen some other shows, but this one is probably the most funniest one of all, because it's sort of hard to make a very magical girl kind of funny running gag, because it can easily be tiring. But this one actually has a point. The comedy has direction. It wants to tell a story about the sort of burning out, wondering if she wants to be anymore in a magical girl, doing a different point, someone who wants to be a magical girl. You would think maybe they both gotta convince themselves to change places, or how the creator stated, she want to show a character why she's super talented but burned out, trying to be aspire again to be the greatest thing ever, because she is very good at it. But that's just an interesting thing. This whole animated pilot has so much potential because you can see the issue developing. You see the different point of views. You see this could be great. This could be a more funniest thing ever. But on top of this is sort of dark. I mean, it has sort of dark, sick type of humor. That's something I really enjoy. It's almost feel the type of comedy for early 2000s because it has the habit of being nihilistic. I think the two shows are comparative of comedy would probably be Style versus and Campaign, because both shows do lean on dark comedy, but at the same time has that sort of nihilistic or happy joy kind of feeling. Well, not Starverse. You could also add Molly McGee and his Ghost also. It followed that sort of kind of comedy, but the only problem is those three shows kind of struggle to be accurate. Sometimes it leads too much dark comedy, or sometimes it leads too much positive, becoming almost toxic now words, and that's sort of hard to fit that mold, that spot. Even the one who mastered kind of sarcastic dark humor like Guardians of the Galaxy struggled to be that sweet spot, and this one did with just one episode completely sold it to me. I actually wanted more because the pilot is really funny and the characters are really interesting. On top of this was done to someone who really loved Magical Girls, but it had this sort of sick, twisted taste of comedy, and it actually really works. Of course, to be fair, Magical Girl sort of comedy does exist. They have quite a few of them, but most of them are just sort of okay, good, but never truly amazing. You could see they have potential, but you could tell, you can see kind of burn down the comedy, repeating the same jokes, because usually that was happen. And this one, not really, because it has a point. They want to tell in growing up narrative story, something like the Guardians, because the Guardians, why even it kind of fails once in a while, it works so well because you have a sort of point of view. They need to make the main leads grow up, and this one does the same thing. It feels it wants to do that. The only problem is it doesn't have the budget, because the animation, if you watch this specific pilot, if I use some of the footage, you can tell it doesn't. It's sort of like a animatic. If you don't know what an animatic is, basically it's sort of undone animation. It's something that's not colored. You see some of the skits, you see the full animation, but not colored. They need more time. But all of that, this one works even without the color, even the extra work. You feel the passion and love. And on top of this, the understanding of the genre. It understands every single thing. In fact, this simple pilot, it's ready. This, you can easily put this on television and no one will tell the difference, because this is so professional. It's just so good. It just surprised me, especially the comedy. I said it again, it's one of those good things. It just done so well. I wanted more. I want to see if they could continue pulling off in the near future. Hopefully it'll be popular enough. If it will, but I don't know you. Do you like this? You've seen this Magical Girl genre pilot. Do you love it? Hit it. Tell me down below. Let me know. Of course, I have to say this Magical Girl is sort of more Western than Eastern. Sort of obvious because it's created by Western person. But all of that is still nasal. Anything of that I can't say much. Just what's your opinion? Tell me down below. I got nothing else to say. Just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.